What's up, everyone? Welcome to Million Dollar Seller, baby. This one's going to be a fun one. I'm going to talk about wealth. I'm going to talk about wealth and why it's an identity first, not a strategy. Don't get me wrong, strategies do work, but you have to really shift the identity. I do a lot of identity work in my coachings and stuff, and it's been such a power play. It's been such a power play for my life. It's been a power play for my community and the people that I work with. But when you want to build wealth, you want to grow that aspect of your life, it starts with your identity. And I want to tell you, before you can get wealthy in real life, you have to get wealthy in your mind. You have to get wealthy as you show up first. That comes first. And then everything else responds to it. One of my favorite quotes is, you make the move and the universe responds. So you have to move first. And part of that is being the person, being that identity that needs to show up in the world. So before I ever hit 10K months consistently, I had to stop identifying as someone who hoped it would happen and just start expecting it. I've been in the space that I teach in for so long. I am really good at what I do, and it took time to get there. But I myself had to shift that identity. So if you're struggling with that, you need to embody who you are and embody that you're the expert. And however you're choosing to show up, whether it's for your own business as a CEO, whether it's in sales or your career or, just your life in general, you are the creator. Man, we're the creator of all of our reality, and you have to embody that. Strategy helps, but you can't pull off the strategy if you're not focused on this identity. And it's so true. Trust me, I've worked with a lot of people personally, like obviously in my community and coaching, but I've also am very connected with a lot of people in this space that are doing high level shit. They're like leveling up their entire life, and they do the same thing. They do a lot of this identity work with all of their customers and in their programs, because it is that crucial. I'm going to give you a few starting points real quick, and then we're going to get into it. I'm going to keep it short, keep it sweet. Please hit that follow button. Hey, if you like this, follow, share. You know what to do. Review it. Anything you can do would be really, I would be really grateful for. So first, when you think of wealth, is visualize it. What does it look like to you? I knew one day I wanted to leave my corporate job. And 2+ years later, I've done that. And I looked at how I wanted my life to look like. I wanted my online space. I wanted my rental property. I wanted, income streams. And I have all of that. But I started with visualization. So first, visualize it. What does it look like? Get detailed. Write that shit down. Make a list. Make a beautiful list of what you want your wealthy life to look like. It's going to look different than mine. It's going to look different than others. Make it specific to you. Number 2, build some foundations. Build some foundations to help with your identity shift, but also some wealth financial foundations. So I have money automated into the market. I have this investment that appreciates with time, things that are assets, not liabilities. So start small and start building these foundations, paying off some debt, the high interest. All of these things can really help you start to at least move in that direction. Don't think massive move, think little moves. What can I do today to move the needle forward, right? And then the next one, I have 4 steps real quick. So visualize foundations. Number 3 is the law of assumption. Assume it's yours. Assume it's possible. Assume it's mine. Assume good things happen to you. Assume money flows to you. Like, people have a negative relationship with money. They have a negative relationship with lack. Like it's lack. When there's actually abundance, there's money being printed every day. There's so much money out there. I'll assume this wealth is yours, and start telling yourself that every day. And that's the last one, is subconscious, rewiring. Work every day to rewire what your belief systems are. Write it down, visualize it, meditate over it. Embody it. I do this work every single day. And at the end, you become someone different. It takes time. This is something that takes showing up daily for a long time to rewire, but it's possible. So start there. Visualize, build a foundation. Law of assumption. Look up the law of assumption. It's fun. Law of assumption, law of attraction. They're things, right? It starts with our mind and our identity, and what we put out, we get back. So let's talk. Identity runs the show. So your self-concept creates your entrepreneur, your sales energy, whatever energy you're trying to bring. How you see yourself is how other people see you. So when I do a pitch or I post something, I'm confident because I know my stuff. I've gotten result after result after result with a lot of people. So starting to embody your self-concept creates your energy. And remember, your energy is a magnet, good or bad, right? So if you're like desperate or not confident You might not magnetize the best clients, or you might not magnetize any of them. You have to really shift that. So let's do a little identity check. Are you selling like the CEO of a six-figure brand, or are you showing up as like a freelancer, trying to earn it, right? Dropping the price, being desperate. Or are you doing these things? How do you sell like a CEO? How do you sell like that confident person? Or how do you build? Maybe you're building a business, or you're building your personal brand. How do you show up that improves your self-concept? I saw this quote the other day, and it actually came up to me twice within like 15 minutes, and I wrote it down because I'm like, what a sign from the universe. I love a sign from the universe. And it was, your self-worth is your net worth. So if you can increase your self-worth, your self-concept, your net worth will be a byproduct of that. But you have to raise that bar, raise your identity. Start dressing the part, having the good routine, putting in the work, doing the self-care, doing the subconscious rewiring, all of that. Next, strategy is a mirror of your identity. So as your identity levels up, so does your strategy. That's a byproduct as well. So people get so focused on what to do, how to do, blah, 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 when a lot of that starts with the internal work. So even if you have the right strategy and your identity isn't there, that's not going to be a match. That's not going to be beneficial because they have to match, right? So you could have the perfect strategy, but if your identity's not there, no bueno. No bueno. So you have to make sure they're matching each other. So elevate your identity while you're using this so-called perfect strategy. Let me give you an example. Let's say two clients of mine are using the same strategy, the same sales strategy system. One thinks they're too much. The other one believes she's the answer. What a difference. What a difference, right? So one that thinks they're too much might not have the right message. It might not land right, might not land well. While the other one's like, I have the answers for you. I'm the solution. I can help you. What a difference in energy on their sales pitches, on their DMs, on their conversations, on their emails. Be the answer. You're not too much. It's not a thing. Your people won't think you're too much. Your community won't think you're too much. You're just right. You're perfect. Okay? Let's talk about how to align identity with strategy for wealth. So simple, actionable tips. I talked about rewiring the subconscious. This might sound a little cheesy, but doing the identity affirmations, CEO decision-making skills. Listen, make decisions and move on them quickly. The universe loves speed. Speed, speed, speed. And then energy checks before you're selling or before you're engaging or before you're doing stuff in your business. I like to prep for my calls, right? Or I like to prep for my business meetings because I want to bring the energy. I want to make it a no-brainer for the business deal I'm landing or the client that I'm onboarding into my container. I want them to feel good, and I know I'm going to make them feel good if they see my energy, because that is part of it. That is part of the identity. That energy is a magnet. What are you magnetizing? Let me leave you with that. This is a short one because I want you to absorb it, take notes, write it down. I teach a lot of this in my signature program. Interested, DM me on Insta. But what I want to get at is when you're showing up differently, things will change in your life. And if you're struggling to hit certain metrics, if you're at a plateau or you're just stagnant, something's got to change. And the only thing that is the most impactful thing to change is you. It's you. It's what's inside. So remember, wealth starts with you. It starts with your mindset, how you think, and then how you show up. So wealth isn't a number. It's a way of seeing yourself. How do you see yourself? Self-worth equals net worth. So start valuing yourself a little more. And I want to ask you this. How are you going to show up today? How are you going to elevate and change the way that you're showing up and the way that you're thinking? Listen, the more I'm in this space, the more I know people need me. I am the solution. I believe what I just talked about. I'm the solution for a lot of people because I have such a strong skill set in teaching sales in an authentic, genuine way that works. I've worked with a lot of entrepreneurs that could benefit so much from learning this, from learning how to close deals, how to use the correct language, how to build their confidence, how to shift their identity, how to build these systems and these processes and all these things. And I love it. So I'm here to stay, baby. Make sure you hit that follow button. Once again, share with someone that might need to hear it. And I'm going to ask you, how are you going to show up differently starting today? Let's take some action.